Hi, everyone. It is great to be here. My name is Michelle Lee. I'm here with the Filecoin Project and IPFS Project Ecosystems teams. And today I want to talk about some of the grants opportunities that we have for projects building in the Web3 ecosystem. So it's fantastic to be here. I'm really excited to see all of the different folks who are participating from different corners of today's web and tomorrow's web. I am calling to you from Philadelphia, where it's like 954 degrees right now. It's in the Northeast US, but we joke that it's the jungle, especially if I enjoy mountain biking a lot. So I'm in the woods. We call it the jungle. It's full of vines growing on top of trees, growing all around ferns. And I think this is a lot like the Web3 ecosystem today, where there's a million things growing. It's sometimes even hard to keep track because it changes minute to minute, day by day. And it's just an incredible, breeding ground for new creativity, new innovation, and tons of energy. But it can't happen without some ingredients, right? Water, soil, nutrients, air, sunlight. And so, the Filecoin project has committed a bunch of ingredients to helping developers and entrepreneurs like yourselves, succeed and realize your dreams. So grants is just one aspect of it. We also have a developer advocate team, lots of people around, ready and willing to brainstorm or whiteboard with you, or to help with certain roadblocks or bugs that you run into in your as you actually get started building. So this is just one slice of it. But like I said, we have a bunch of different resources, and I want to make sure that I paint the picture of this being just one slice of the support. So there are two main grants programs that I think would be of most interest to this group. The first is Next Step MicroGrants. So this is, we've designed this to be a super straightforward program. So if you've built something awesome with IPFS or Filecoin, whether it's through an event like a hackathon or on your own, we're offering grants of $5,000 USD in Filecoin tokens to take the next step. So all you have to do is have the seed of a project, have a credible proposal for what you're doing next, commit to open sourcing the work and sharing about your progress, and that's it. So that's designed to help you create some space and incentives to keep going, keep learning, keep sharing with the community. The other big program is the Open Grants program. So that usually ranges from $5,000 to $50,000 for new work applying these technologies to new domains, or bringing significant new usage, or adding something really great to the projects. So I'm going to go into a little more detail on each of them now. Like I said, the Next Step MicroGrants is a very lightweight application process. There's a weekly review, so you hear back quickly. I want to show you some of the application process now, just a real quick tour. The application is through GitHub Issues. So you can start by checking out some of the accepted grant applications, read about what people are building, how they're describing it, get some good examples to reference. To apply, you create a new issue, and it uses the MicroGrant application template. There are about 6 questions in there that should be pretty straightforward to answer if you've built an open source project using this stack. And you can expect a response within a week. So we're looking to sort of help contribute to the momentum you've already got and make this super lightweight. So that is the MicroGrants application program and process. The next one is Open Grants. So like I mentioned, $5,000 to $50,000 for new work, and usually this is more of what you would expect for a typical grant proposal and application process. There are some dedicated tracks, dedicated funding as well for projects that integrate across Web3. So we've just announced collaborative grants with the Hedera project, with Chainlink as well, and there are more coming. So if you're interested in building at the intersection of smart contracts and decentralized storage, there's a couple particular areas of interest for you. It's a sort of, still relatively lightweight application process. It's a little bit more than a GitHub issue, and we review these monthly. So still aiming to get responses to people very soon. The application process is in filecoin-project/dev grants, and I'll give a quick tour of how it works today. So the first is, create your own project idea. You don't need a prior project, and we're kind of expecting you to flush this out within the application. You can also look at the request for proposals for ideas that we're particularly interested in funding. You submit a PR through the proposal template again, and then we review and respond within a month. Now, something that I wanted to show you is just the range of different grantees, like the layers of the stack they're building on, the size of the project, for example. So on the left is an example of a microgrant. This is a project called AJAM, and it supports asynchronous jam sessions for musicians over IPFS. So you can record a little snippet, so you can share it with your friends. They can also record and layer tracks on top of what you've sung. So this is a super fun and really nice example of a project. But you also can apply with things that are, came out of a 48-hour hackathon and you just have the seed of something working. That's okay too. Another example, which is in the Open Grants bucket, is a tool called GoGraph Split. So this is a tool to split and prepare really big files and get them in the correct formats before storing on Filecoin. Really handy little utility. The team proposed it. They wanted it for themselves, and they also wanted to share it with the community. So that's another example of an Open Grant project. And that, this is sort of like a very developer-focused tool. A third example of an Open Grant winner is the GeoWeb project. So they're building software and programs. So they're collaborating with their local government to build out a system for anchoring digital property rights to physical land and then store it on chain using Filecoin and IPFS. So this is a really, really interesting project. We're supporting not just the software, but also sort of the program and the relationship building and the policy work behind that as well. So just a little tour of some of the grants that stand out to me, but you can go into the repo and check out all of the prior winners to get a better sense of the big variety of grant winners that we've gotten. So I just have a few more minutes here. If anything, I want to leave with a closing message that we don't bite. So we're not out to make this an intimidating submission process. We really welcome draft PRs or filing a work in progress issue. You're not penalized at all if it takes a little bit of back and forth to get your proposal into the shape that you really want it to be in. If you just want to chat with us and shoot some ideas over, get a first flavor before you formally submit anything, you can find us at grants@filecoin.org or on the Filecoin project Slack at grants-questions. So our team is there, happy to chat with you about ideas in progress and help make some recommendations if you have questions. And we are really looking forward to supporting your project. Last thing I'll mention is we also have a number of accelerator programs and incubator programs for projects that choose to become companies. If that's your path to success, if that's just one of many options that decentralized web projects can take, right? You can also set up an independent project or seek ongoing grant funding. So many companies that have been born out of these accelerators, hackathons, events have also used grant funding along the way. Sometimes it's a way to jumpstart the next chapter, the next level of your idea or your project before you go pitch to investors, for example. So non-dilutive funding and leaves a lot of options open for you. That is all I have to share today. I really appreciate seeing all of you here. Thank you. And feel free to email or Slack us if there's anything you want to learn or talk about.